How many times have you sat down and said, enough, it's time to change, it's time to start working on myself, and let nothing hold me back from moving forward? Then, suddenly, after 5 minutes, everything collapses the enthusiasm, the focus, organizing thoughts, and you enter a cycle of distraction and just waste time without even realizing it. The thing is true. We all suffer from it. But most people, if they have something they need to do and they know they have to do it and that's important, they can usually force themselves to focus on it. Even if it's extremely boring, just because they know they have to do it. But for people who suffer from ADHD, they face a much bigger difficulty dealing with it. And the reason isn't that they're lazy or stupid, or that they need someone to guide them and tell them what they should do. It's not that. He knows what he has to do and knows what's required of him, but he can't do it. And the reason goes back to the fact that ADHD results from a genetic neurological deficiency in the frontal lobe of the brain, especially in the executive functions. And with this chronic disorder, we needed to know how to deal with it smartly every day to prevent the secondary damage. It can cause us long term, like frustration, self brain, and feeling like a failure. But let's agree on something before we continue the video. I am not here to justify your mistakes or to make you feel like a victim, because your problem isn't with consequences, but your problem is that your brain only feels it when it's too late, and here we have to play the game right. So, what I want to tell you today is simple. It's a description of some of the traits that people with ADHD are characterized by, and how to deal with them smartly. So you stop just dreaming and start achieving. So let's get started. You sit down to study. After 2 minutes, your attention drifts. Then you come back. Then your attention drifts again. So you decide to get up to drink water. And when you come back, either you find it harder to stay on track or you feel like your brain got formatted. You forgot what page you were on. You forgot what the topic even was. But at the same time, you can't sit and work on a task 8 hours without getting bored or watch an entire series in one sitting. And when you get asked about the reason, your answer will be either because the things truly sparked my interest or because I feel like if I don't do it, a disaster will happen. From here, we conclude that the solution to this problem is that you create an external motivator that drives you to do these things, like making yourself accountable to others or imposing more social consequences on yourself if you don't complete what is required of you, or rewarding yourself with something you really love after every goal you accomplish. Like telling yourself, if I finish all my assignments, I allow myself to watch movie. Or if I pass the test tomorrow, I'll allow myself to go out on a trip. The things should be closer because it will motivate you more. I'm going to tell you a story that happened to me. Once we were at a seminar about corona and they asked us what our opinion on the pandemic was. I remember when it was my friend's turn, the one who has the ADHD, he started answering confidently and said, Corona, dangerous, difficult, isolation affected us. We needed to drink a lot of things that have vitamin in them. Suddenly, he started describing to us a coffee shop in the middle of the city that serves a very delicious natural juice. And finally, he went quiet for a bit, looked at us, and said, Sorry, what was the question? From here, we conclude that people who have ADHD find it very difficult to form a coherent sentence or paragraph. Not because they don't know, but because they are 100 ideas screaming in their head at the same time. So the solution here is that you dump your thoughts onto paper and write everything in your head on it. Every idea, even it was trivial and without caring about order or rules. Because, believe me, just writing down your thoughts on paper makes it much easier than if you're still trying to keep them in your head. Most of the problems you suffer from are caused by time. For example, You tell your friend, half an hour I will be there. You forget. And after 3 hours, you remember that you even talked to them. Or even if you have an important task you need to submit after a week, the whole week you keep seeing it as far away. And before a day, you remember you get anxious and you don't catch up. And like that, you get fired from your job and your image in front of people becomes that you are not up to responsibility and you don't respect your appointments. But the stuck isn't correct. You're not careless. You simply suffer from a distraction in your internal sense of time, meaning you don't have an internal clock you can rely on reliably. But this thing is not an excuse for you because you can make time tangible and real outside of you, like using clocks, timers, or a laptop with the Outlook program that notifies you before the final deadline by 20 to 30 minutes. So that you are able to see time passing in front of you, and this matter is very necessary because the person with ADHD waits until the future becomes imminent and tries to deal with it. But as long as the future is far away, the topic remains non existent and there is no motivation to deal with it. And this confirms that the ADHD brain does not see time as a timeline, rather, it sees it as either now or not now. It's very normal that we all get upset when someone insults us, and then we sit there and think and calm down. The thing applies to normal people. However, if you suffer from ADHD, the way you feel and respond to those feelings can be more intense and last for a longer period than it does for a normal brain. And in this case, your brain will blow things up and you will sit and say, he definitely meant to hurt me. He hates me and negative thoughts will take over you. The thing isn't because you're dramatic. This is called the emotional dysregulation. So the solution in this state is that you know to control your feeling and stop believing the first feeling. For example, if you sent a message to your friend, she saw it and didn't reply, you will definitely say, she's ignoring me and hates me. But if you grabbed a paper and wrote on it what you felt, and finally write the evidence for your words, you will notice that there are several possible reasons for why she didn't reply. She could be sick, she could be busy, she could be asleep, and it's not a requirement that she hates you. And believe me, just believe me, by doing this, you will shift from an emotional mindset to a rational mindset. Okay guys, if you liked my video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video and comment below this video. Thank you for watching.